Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called It Happened Again. It happened once more again. How many times have we seen instances in which neighbors are the ones that are responsible for their neighbors' children or child being taken out, jump over the fence, all sorts of despicable act happen to them. Same thing happened less than 24 hours ago, where a young lady, picture on the screen as I speak, that came from foreign less than a week ago, a couple of days ago, I think, Saturday, don't quote me on that, to visit her father in the St. Thomas area, who happens to be a police detective. It is said that the father was on the phone with the daughter when she was asking him for some breakfast stuff. He realized that the phone cut off instantly. He then tried to call the house phone, no sorts of call. When him go by the house, him realize him own daughter was gone. Based on information that I am getting, it is said that the suspect chop her up, juke her up, also cut off her two breasts and bust out her belly, the whole her intestine and everything lay down upon the ground right there. However, it seems as if through the tussle or he doing whatever he was doing to her, she tried to kind of fight back or he got some self-inflicted wounds. It is said that the people, including the police, followed the trail from the house to maybe about 3 houses down from where the little girl lost her life at her father's house. That was when they heard him on the phone, them kick down the door, go inside, and based on what they say, he drew a machete upon them. Now, people, here's the thing. Based on information out there, it is said that this man, meaning the suspect, is of unsound mind. Based on the information that I am getting, it is said that that man was deported from the United States. Don't know if he had some sort of mental issue from he was in United States or when he came to Jamaica, the pressures of life or the deportation got to him, not making any sorts of excuses or justification for his act because it is despicable. But me just give you some more details. Now, people, when we hear stuff like this, back to back to back, how many times have we seen people leave from America, come to Jamaica, amongst them family members, thought that they were safe, only to end up in the afterlife. Only to end up where other young ladies, just like her, go when they feel as if they are protected in their home, protected by the father who is a police, only for the neighbor to take them out. Someone that literally lives just down the street, 3 doors down, a stone's throw away. Just imagine how the mother that is probably overseas feels to hear that her daughter came back to Jamaica, the land of her birth, to be with her father, who is a police detective. She would probably assume that she was supposed to be safe. However, it shows you nowhere in Jamaica is safe because of all the maniacs that are running around. And again, this man with unsound mind took away this girl. Maybe my missing medication. Maybe he was not in the proper facility. But we've seen this too often. But like I said, Jamaicans are not even reactive, definitely not proactive. Until somebody dies, 9-day attack, and then somebody dies again, 9-day attack. A whole bunch of 9-night, a whole bunch of persons losing their 3 points, going 6'6", mostly because of negligence and evilness, point blank and period.
Man, look at this.
So the next thing that is popping in the news is an update about that Jamaican lady in the Bronx, New York, that lost her life. Her name is Tamara Rowe. She was taken out at her house, an apartment in the Bronx. She was taken out by her boyfriend. She lived in that house with her two children. One is 2 and one is 11. Based on information, it is said that the 11-year-old called the police after she heard all the rambling, rate, lele, blue, blah, blah. So people, I am getting more details. If you look at the screen, this is the picture of her. Pictures that are not out there in the Gleaner in a newspaper sent to me by somebody that is close to the business, close to the family. Knows that lady very, very well. This is a picture of the boyfriend right here. I think his name is Khalid. Khalid, yeah. Now, people, based on the information, it is said that, and I told you in the video that I did on my main channel, through Jamaica Buzz. Both of them were in Jamaica. They were in a relationship in Jamaica. He left. He came up to foreign. However, he did not get his paperwork. She then came to foreign in New York with the two kids, or maybe they might be kids them before. Don't really know the details of that. It is said that there was problem, meaning that him couldn't straighten up, she couldn't straighten up. Him couldn't help her, she couldn't help him. So then the boyfriend decides him have a friend that is there legally, citizen of the United States. Them a go bust some sorts of business marriage. The marriage was bust and the paperwork was going through. The girlfriend and the kids were being filed for and the paperwork was coming through. But based on information that I am getting, the boyfriend thought that something not sound quite right. It seems as if this business kind of turned some sorts of monkey business, meaning somebody, a monkey around, some sorts of SEX a change. It seems as if the marriage that started to be business and fraudulent was going through better than the boyfriend had anticipated. I am assuming they were going to pay the friend of both, mostly the friend of the boyfriend. And soon as the paperwork come through, she was going to file for him and everybody was going to be A-OK. But it seems as if love was in the air, based on what the boyfriend was thinking. Based on the question that I posed to the person that sent me the information, was there something going on? Him not know for sure. However, you know them quiet girly. Sometimes things are going and you don't know them are move stealth like them are the FBI, CIA, and KGB. So it is said that it was this suspicion, whether it was justified, meaning that the suspicion that he had, that there was more than meets the eye than just some business married. Him feel as if she was giving away the PUMS. So there were regular arguments. Yes, there was no sign of scars or any sorts of liquor, any sorts of black and blue irate, according to employees at the establishment that she worked, which is called Bamboo Walk. That is a restaurant, that is a uppity restaurant called Caribbean American Fine Cuisine Restaurant. I will speak about that further on in the news. It is said that she worked at that establishment for about 4 years or so. On the day in which she lost her life, it is said that she came to work on Friday like she always do, went home on Saturday. Them realized, the employees, co-workers realized that she was not showing up for work. The manager, which she is cool with, everybody in the establishment close. It is a close-knit employee group. Him decides that him a go call. Him know the name of the boyfriend. So when him called, she did not get her. She was very, very late for work. He then called the boyfriend's number because everybody knew the boyfriend too. The boyfriend would often come by the business establishment, the restaurant, Bamboo Walk, like I said, is the name of that restaurant. So when the manager called the boyfriend and asked the lady, it is said that the boyfriend tell the manager, say, she did him and her in an argument, so she's not coming in today. She lick him and him lick her back, and then she in the room with the kids and she does not want to talk. She kind of distressed right now. However, based on information that I am getting, it is said that the manager, who was an ex-police, have some link with the police. So that is when he became suspicious because they know her very well. This lady is not going to miss work. She's a people person and she's a business person. So therefore, she knows that the business depended on her. And like I said, she had a good rapport with everybody. It is unlike her to miss the work. So anyways, it is said that when that incident took place, like I said, the boyfriend claims that them have an argument, she lick him and him lick her back and she's in the house. However, it is said that it was the 11-year-old child, like I told you, she have two children, one is 2 and one is 11, that called the police. When the police came, like I said, CCTV showed the youth running away from the scene of the crime just about the time in which that call was made to 119, 911, whatever the case is. So they knew that he was a suspect based on the conversation that the manager had with him, based on the CCTV. When the police went to the house, that lady was seen in a pool of her own. You know what? Joke up in the chest and also in the arm. She was taken to the hospital. However, too late was the call. Now, based on conversations that I've had with persons that are close to the business, close to the girl, close to the family, they said that a nicer person than her you could not find. Very quiet, very humble, but very, very nice. People person. Communicated very, very well with her co-workers. Everybody loved her dearly. Communicated even better with the customer. Everybody in the place that come at the place liked her. As a matter of fact, based on the information that I am getting, along with the food being good, was also the customer service. And she was a huge part of that. She played a very important role with the success of that business. It is said that customers of her that came to the restaurant on a daily basis, when them hear, a lot of persons did not hear because people are not divulging that information. But the people that are mostly close to her are persons that made order through her and communicated through her. When one of those persons heard them pretty much drop down in the restaurant, they could not believe a nicer girl than that actually lost her life at the hands of her boyfriend. As a matter of fact, based on the information that I got, the 11-year-old, her daughter, that called the police after hearing the rambling, she does not know at some point that the mother is gone. She knew that something went wrong, but it seems as if people did not want to tell her. When I asked, so what is going to happen to the kids? It is said that the child service is sourcing to see family member based on information we get. The only family member lives in Atlanta. If you know anything about New York versus Atlanta, it is miles away. Don't even know if they are close with that family member in Atlanta. So people, at the end of the day, like I said, in the video on my main channel, I knew the fact that both of them, meaning the man go up illegal, she come up illegal, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that some sorts of marriage kind of bust, and more than likely the motive was some sorts of person getting into them feelings, some sorts of jealousy, some sorts of bad mind are going. The plan was not carried out, executed properly, so therefore she was, you know what. People, it is a very sad state of affair. And the sad thing is that this is the second person in the state of New York that lost their life, Jamaican lady. A next lady got cornered up by a man in a mass, cornered up many times on the head. So this lady is the second person, like I said. People, we are a tragic set of persons, meaning Jamaican. And even when we leave Jamaica with the violence, we still go to America with the same violent tendency. And unfortunately, such is the case in this case, point blank. And so the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the video that you see playing, muted the audio because songs were playing in it, and because of copyright reason, I decided to mute it. The person that you see known as Apple and J Icon, I know you must be saying to yourself, but that couple looks familiar. Seems like some people we've seen flossing on social media and in a mugshot. Well, people, that is so true. J. Icon and Apple are those two Jamaicans that live up north. This I think New York or Connecticut, one of them places, don't quote me. In which they were busted for clutching. By clutching, I mean that they were tearing down the Lululemon store. Not literally, but mean at least $500,000 worth of merchandise they were busted with. Everything tagged still on the clothes. They were locked up, and then they were given bail, and then it seems as if they are out. Don't know the status right now, but I doubt it that Lululemon, being the victim in that case, is going to just ease up on the case. So more than likely is either them make a fine or either them just out doing what show off both the people always do, stunt on social media, show off on people that you don't like, and even worse, they don't like you, whether it is bad man or people, Jamaican pan a whole, just here to see a next brother or sister make it. In this case, criminal elements in every sense of the word. So what you saw them signing off, I guess, on the house. There's also, in this video, don't know if you're going to see it in this because I kind of edit it. You saw when they went, look at the land, which is Lakeview land. You saw when the house was built. You saw when they were signing the paperwork, I guess the final signing, before the key was handed over. If you've ever bought a house, you'd know exactly what I am speaking about. If not, then you're going to be in the dark, which is most person. Now, people, here's the thing. And like I said, I don't know the status of their case. But based on the fact that they were busted red-handed, meaning that with the people and merchandise in the vehicle, in a hotel, police was watching them, they were under surveillance. They link all the Lululemon that were victims in this one case. I am assuming that the case is still pending, and even if it is resolved, I am not sure that you as a criminal that rob people is going to want to show where possibly the proceeds of crime is going towards buying a business. So in other words, you're laundering the people's money. I am assuming that part of Lululemon proceeds of crime is going towards this, or maybe not. However, you have to understand, like them say, expect nothing from a pig than a grunt. You can take the pig out of the sty, but you can't take the sty out of the pig. So in other words, a leopard is never going to change its spot. So in other words, these individuals that are known for flossing in the club, flossing on social media, that is what they do. That is what is in their natural instincts. So even when them know say the people them are closing upon them, meaning law enforcement, even when them know say them have a case pending, they cannot help themselves because them like the hype, them like the spotlight. They want to show and prove, and like I've always said, show off, bring disgrace. He that exalted himself shall be abased. That's what the Bible said. It means be abased in a Jamaican. So because them sister people was cheering their downfall, and them sister people did I say, on a thief to ras much and love, show off bring disgrace. They now want to show and prove to those same people, the people that hate them and they probably hate more, vice versa, that listen, all who not talk, all the downfall that we get, we are still successful. We are still stunting on you, mother umpers. And this is the proof. Where is your house? Where is your car? This is what we're doing. Show what you have, show and prove. Because people, at the end of the day, that is what it is all about. It is delusional. It is persons that don't understand that whenever you are a criminal and you keep flossing the proceeds of crime, it is not sustainable. The people that you're showing off on and the people that you're robbing is going to get in their feelings, and those feelings are going to lead to backlash, repercussion, Are you ready for the backlash? Are you ready for the repercussion? Well, people, it is obvious that J Icon and Apple cannot stay out of the spotlight, like to show off, and that show off is more than likely going to bring them disgrace. And I say this: if you have a pending case, and based on what law enforcement said, they are going to make an example out of them. Did you buy the house cash? And if you did, where you got that cash from to make a cash payment? Total, no mortgage, no payment, none at all. If you have mortgage, if or should you in case get locked up or get convicted, who is going to pay that mortgage? That is questions that they have to ask. However, curious minds and sensible minds like myself is going to be asking this question. Maybe they don't, but I will. Point blank and period. First thing that is popping in the news is a physical altercation between a student, schoolboy in a khaki uniform. Don't know exactly which school it was. However, it seems as if a report was made. The police pull up on the school. There was a verbal altercation turned physical altercation on top of the stairs. The police try to accost the little youth. Him kind of resist arrest, resist any sorts of attacking. There was a tussle, there was a wrestling match. Two of them flip over the rail of the steering, drop down in some sorts of flowers bed. Was not that deep. The next officer then assisted the officer that was obviously at a very disadvantageous situation. Him hold on upon the student, showed the liquor youth, drawing back over the rail, and then it seems as if the video ended. I am assuming that that youth was taken into the custody of the police to the police station, more than likely them call him parents. As to what started the whole deal, don't really know. I am just going by the picture or the video that I saw. People, it looks very, very badly. We've seen videos in all combination with student, meaning boy versus boy, boy versus girl, girl versus girl, rete, lele, student and teacher, two student and principal. You name it, we see just about, we've seen just about everything, including student getting joke up in a minibus and then student clot a lid in the back of her head, lick her out and then take for himself. Well, people, like me say, and like you know, because of YouTube's policy, I cannot show that. However, I am going to put it in my WhatsApp group. The number for that WhatsApp group is 1-876-894-2711. Say that you want to see the tussle or the wrestling between the policeman and the student at the school. Leave your name. You want to join the group. Do not video call me. Do not call my damn phone. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.